Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Quill Will, and we are back. It's the Three Guys with Common Sense podcast. Signing in. Again, my name is Quill Will. I am here with Avatar Slang. You can't say ang without slang. Slang without ang. I'm going to get that right one day.
No, you had it. You had it right. You thought too hard.
See? I got it right. And we got Mikey Rose over there.
Yes, sir. I got Dwayne Wade's rose. It's the last little bit of it. And rest in peace, Aaliyah. Got my baby girl shirt on. We miss you. We love you. 19 years. Gone too soon.
Were you a fan growing up?
Deep fan.
Big fan.
Really?
Deep fan. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, and in case y'all wondering what I'm drinking today, we got some Dogfish Head 90-minute IPA. This is my go-to for at home.
I'll keep that in mind.
And then we also have
He finally got it.
a little Terramana tequila. This is Dwayne Johnson, aka The Rock. This is his tequila, and I will tell you, it is actually pretty damn good.
Good.
So we're gonna toast.
You can taste the difference in different tequilas.
Yeah, Slang, what you got going on over there? No green juice today? Oh, is that cucumber lemon?
Yeah.
Simple today.
Yeah. I didn't feel like juicing and cleaning it.
I understand. Well, fellas, let's have a toast of life. It was my birthday this weekend, viewers.
Happy
So I guess
birthday.
we'll do a toast.
A virtual toast?
Yeah, virtual toast.
Yep.
Bang.
I turned 30. It's all downhill from here.
Wow. Over the hill. Over the 30 hill. How does it feel?
My knee hurt.
You know you're going to keep calling yourself old until you're actually old?
Yep, it's
People
fine.
want to be young again.
It's fine. It is
All right.
fine.
Let's get on with the pod. Enough about you. It's like, no, I'm kidding. Go ahead. Keep going.
No, I'm into it. This is the nasty edition of the Three Guys with Common Sense podcast. And if you don't know what the nasty edition is, I'm gonna let Mr. Mike, Rose Mike.
Well, got to get my apologies in order. I was throwing all these allegations and hyperboles out there, all these conspiracy theorists out there, which I'm not even a conspiracy theorist. I was dogging the Nas track list, and I have to come in and apologize. Nas, you did your thing. All the features did their thing, even you, Big Sean. Everybody flowed within the offense that Hit Boy and Nas produced. It was very well written, very well produced. And let me just get this out there because I told the fellas that, yes, if you didn't know, I love Jigga Man, but I'm also a Nas stan. And I am one of the Nas stans that do not believe that Nas has bad production. That is a podcast for another day. But, this album was probably the best album that we heard from him within the last 4, 5. I mean, I wasn't that big on Life is Good. I like some of the singles, but this album I love straight through. Everything about it from the first song to the last song. I even liked Fabio, which I don't normally like Fabio. Nas was spitting some bars on this, man. This, I saw people already comparing it to 444. Not yet. We're not ready for that conversation yet. And don't do it either, because that was last decade. So I will not let you have that conversation. But anyway, Nas was spitting 27 summers. Come on. That's why he's top 2. And he's not number 1. That's Nasir Jones right there. Also, he was saying some shit about, Michael Jordan also invests also gives back just like LeBron James. And, you idiots like to throw stuff out there that Michael Jordan invested into a prison, which is not true. That's actually a white man. But you guys don't do your research. And y'all just let the internet tell you things that's not true. So in closing, Nas, thank you for the album. This was very long-winded. You are top 2. Like I said, you're just not number 1. And thank you again for this album, King's Disease. Go stream it. Go buy it. Go get the shirt. Go get the vinyl. It's red. Off to somebody else.
Uh, you know what? I actually appreciated, even though I didn't like Fabio's feature on there. I thought Ferg brought that song home, so I can forgive it. I live with it.
Ferg is the man.
I love Ferg. For anybody that doesn't know, that is a guilty pleasure. I don't think he's.
Why you gotta be guilty pleasure? I think he's
I don't
good.
think he's necessarily amazing at any one thing, but I love his presence on records. And
Yeah,
he don't
I
miss.
give you that.
He don't miss on features.
He's the new version of Jeezy.
Oh, no.
I'll put that out there.
He don't
Wait,
miss.
I don't get the correlation. Help me with the Jeezy part.
Well, Jeezy doesn't really miss on features either.
Oh, okay.
And he got a classic first album, just like I think Trap Lord is a classic first album.
Okay.
And
It's a cult classic, I'll say that.
I say my favorite record on this, actually, I love the storytelling on Car Number 85 with Charlie Wilson.
That's why he's top 2 and he
Love
ain't
it.
number 1.
I love it. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I'm going to echo a lot of Mike's points. The production was spot on. They found a pocket where Nas could really sit in, and they stayed there.
The pocket that Kanye could not find. He was in someone else's pocket. He was in Levi jeans when Nas was in Rockaware jeans. But continue.
You know, the funny thing about it is you look at Kanye was in a whole minimalist approach right there, and I don't think that's what Nas needed. Nas needed a full breath of life in his production, and I think maybe 10 years ago it could have worked, but not now. Nas's lyrics, his lyricism is still top notch.
Number
I
1.
don't have him at number 2.
Number 1 lyricist.
I have him top 5.
Number 1 lyricist
Wait.
of all time.
You got a number 1 lyricist all time? I never heard your lyricism list.
Number 1 lyricist of all time. I stand on that.
I know you do. I think you know what, you did tell me that. Okay.
We promised y'all we were going to go into that. The Nas album was good enough where we decided we wanted to talk about that in depth, and we'll get into we'll do the lyricism next week.
I ain't even gonna lie. I thought we was getting the Massacre or Curtis or one of them type albums from Nas, but we
no, it's surprised. It's cohesive. Everything flows. The features don't feel intrusive. You know, sometimes you say like we thought the features on paper look like
no. We as in you and Mike.
Uh-oh.
Don't throw me to that.
Here we go.
This is
it was better than that Lupe shit.
This is not you.
I liked it.
It was better than that Lupe shit. Let's
fine.
talk about that.
No, we don't have to talk about that because Lupe. I'm not gonna make this about Lupe, but I will just say I will say that Nas is like a hill. For me, I can listen to Lupe's discography straight through.
Well, Lupe's more than a hill. He goes down to the core of the earth, and then he
agree. Let's get back to Nas. Disagree. Yeah. Let's get back to Nas.
One of these days, you gonna live up to that Lupe. He's like not here for no Lupe slander. Not at all.
It's not even that I care. It's just that like, if I'm being real, I just disagree. Like,
you know, Lasers wasn't good.
I thought it was good.
Continue.
Eric, did you get a chance?
Wait, Lasers. He has albums good since Lasers.
I didn't say that. I didn't say.
Okay, cool. I was just wondering why he went back 9 years. That's all. But anyway,
I just said Lasers wasn't a good album.
Okay, cool. Disagree, but yeah, I did listen to Nas's album. I was excited because.
No, you wasn't.
I was excited because, like, I felt like this for y'all. It was like, oh, this might be a reach. But I saw that track list. I was like, it kind of hit me like, oh, like he gets it. Like he gets what's going to. I feel like he went straight too far. He's not going to reach like that. So I figured it would be more in the middle. So it appealed to people who don't like his typical sound. Like
He appealed to every type of rap fan on this.
Exactly. Like there's people in our group who said, go ahead, you're on to something.
I'm sorry, which is the first time he probably did that on an album.
Exactly, because I feel like people, when you say Nas a certain type of person, they think you like him because he's conscious. It's like, that's part of it, but we like him because he's dope. It's not about I mean, subject matter matters, but subject matter doesn't make you dope.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be good before anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So it was nice that he could talk about grown man things, but still be pleasing to the ears.
Yep.
Because you said something that was key, and I don't even think you peeped it. You were like, I like his lyricism so much that sometimes his sound doesn't bother me as much.
Mm-hmm.
But for some people, they can't get past that.
Absolutely. Because some people like more than boom bap. See, I like my type of Nas is I gave you power, shootouts, affirmative action. I just like it when Nas raps. I don't give a damn what type of beat is on, just rap. And that's kind of, not to bring another artist into it, but that's my issue with like Wale. I feel like Wale is chasing something where I feel like just rap, Wale, and you would be caught on to people more if you just rapped all the time.
My criticism is slightly different, but I see what you're saying.
But like some people are fans of clappers, but I like 88.
So stay on that point.
Okay.
The same guy who I had, my friend from Bonner, the big guy. He his favorite Wale album is the one with clappers on it. So do you see why the correlation is perfect that he likes this album a lot too? Because
people like the sound. People, it's more catchy to the ear. Is you don't really have to listen to it. Like, okay, to reel back my joke on the Lupe thing, I like the Lupe mixtape or whatever it is, EP, because
the EP,
because it's rapping. I enjoy rapping, not all the time, not for everybody, not from everybody, but lyricists that I can listen to, I like. So I did like it. It was just, I was just joking with you because you love Lupe more than I do, obviously. Just some quick points on this album. This was through Mass Appeal, not Def Jam, which I said on the last pod that this sounds like a Def Jam grab, which he's not even on Def Jam no more. So shout out to Nas. He's fully with Mass Appeal now, so this was all through his own money and budget. Go ahead, Corey. You look like you about to say something.
I got one complaint. I'm thinking
no.
about the Firm record, right?
We didn't touch on that.
Whoever mixed Foxy's verse need to be shot in the foot. Damn, too soon for that.
Very soon.
Oh shit, we got to touch on that. Anyway, yeah, you can tell that they didn't do it in the studio at the same time. You can tell that she was on Fruity Loops and the rest of them was on
Pro Tools.
Yeah, on Pro Tools.
Shouldn't even matter because
she might have been on Fruit Loops. She might have been on Fruit O's from Walmart in the bag. Yeah, she might have been rapping in the bag. That's what it sounded like. But her verse was dope. Another unpopular opinion, Foxy be getting these niggas on tracks.
Yeah.
I gotta re-listen.
It was writing for her.
She be getting these niggas. AZ probably had the best verse on the album. No.
He has the tendency of doing that.
He does. I just brought up AZ, what was that, 3 podcasts ago? And look at him
for
now.
your closing, John.
Yeah,
underrated lyricist.
Yeah.
Underrated lyricist.
I love AZ. He's underrated.
That's because time kind of does some people dirty.
Yeah, like it did Memphis Bleak.
I think he was bad.
I think that's a Mike type thing because Memphis Bleak was made fun of in the moment too. No offense.
But what? He got the best. He got the best features with Hov, according to him. According to me.
Mike, I'm gonna start calling you Mike Simmons.
No, just call me Memphis Bleak. Mikey Bleak.
No, you're Mike Simmons because you always do these crazy plugs. I'd be like, yo, Rubber Band Man was a good song. Jay-Z could rap on Rubber Band Man.
It was supposed to be his beat. No, I'm kidding. But Grinding was supposed to be his beat.
See, we're not even talking about that. And somehow you got to plug that in. You just proved my point within 2 seconds.
Sorry, Nas, that we had to bring up Hope. No. Fuck, no, we got Hope.
Oh, man.
That record with Pharrell? No, Pharrell, you got to throw that out. No, I can't have that song being brought up now in arguments when I want to dick ride Hove, and now I gotta listen to these 23-year-olds bring that stupid ass song up. The black man. Fuck that song. That song is trash. But see, now I'm about to put my cape on. Where's my cape? I'll just put my. Here goes my cape. Here goes my Hove cape. Listen, the video is dope. The video is dope. The song is trash. Ho's verse is good. I said good, folks, not great. Not top notch go crazy remix good, but it was good. It sounded like a throwaway from Everything Is Love. But anyway,
he was talking to people. He was just talking. It was a conversation.
Say it in an interview. I never want to hear that song again. Pharrell, you are better than this. Go get that man and do better records.
I personally felt tricked because what's the name of the song? Black Entrepreneur or something like that?
Yeah.
It's just called Entrepreneur.
Oh, okay. See, whatever. But it's just like, I was like, yes, a song for us. And then it came out and I was like, oh, okay.
It was sonically bad. Sonically bad.
Yeah.
Just all the way bad. I watched the video on mute.
I don't got the attention span for that, so I'm just not gonna watch.
That makes sense. I don't have the attention span for movies before 1983 either.
Oh my god, you're missing out.
Star Wars is trash.
No, it's not. Actually, back when you probably first thought it wasn't. But I can now it is.
I can see the string. It's trash.
It's not.
Fuck John Wayne. He's trash.
John Wayne.
I'm just doing movies.
The Cowboy?
Yes.
Casablanca is trash.
What?
Relax.
Relax, man.
You know what? We'll talk movies, but I feel like that's the thing that we gotta dig into. Let's get back to what we want to talk about.
Is great. The Wiz is trash.
The Wiz is the one that people like.
The Wiz is trash.
The black one?
It's trash.
The Wizard of Oz is great though.
The Wiz is trash.
But is Wizard of Oz great?
Better than The Wiz.
Okay, I think I wouldn't watch neither, but okay.
Some things white people got it right at.
I actually like Cats.
They got it right with The Wizard of Oz. Black people got it wrong with The Wiz. But we made up with it when Beastie Boys and Public Enemy was out, because Beastie Boys is trash. Public Enemy is dope.
This is definitely a clip for Instagram.
I just don't understand where this came from. But
white people got it right. White people made chicken sandwiches with the chicken cutlets and shit like that. Spaghetti.
So, anyway, back to Nas's album.
Oh shit, we was on Nas's album.
Yeah, yo. Talk about some real Nas thing you're gonna come out telling us in the group message, but yet you start talking chicken sandwiches.
Well,
some Nas thing you are.
Hey man, shout out to Nas. Nas, I'm actually going to get the vinyl of this album.
It's a consideration for me. I gotta get Doggy Style first. I still have to get that. That's important.
Oh, the album that Snoop said the same lines every 3 songs?
Yeah.
It is a dope album though. Sonically, it is a dope album. Oh, quick question. Doggy Style. Damn, we just said fuck Nas. Doggy Style or Dr. Dre, The Chronic. Which one is better?
Well, Doggy Style is basically an extension of The Chronic.
Okay.
I prefer Doggy Style.
And I prefer The Chronic. Though I love G's and Hustlers. You know that's Bow Wow in the beginning?
Really? Not surprised.
That's a very young Bow Wow.
There's a couple vinyls I gotta get. Matter of fact, a new acquaintance sent me an image. She got the original Party and Bullshit vinyl from Big.
She got it from Biggie?
Not from. Well,
oh. I almost had a joke. Never mind, I won't say the joke.
Listen, it's Kobe week, and we're not gonna talk about that other thing from way back when.
Shout out to Kobe. May he rest in peace. Your birthday. We love you. We miss you, Kobe. The 8 and the 24. We miss all of you. Gigi, we miss you also.
Speaking of which, did you pull the trigger?
Yes, I did pull the trigger. It'll be here Monday. I might wear it on the next pod.
Is your wife gonna strangle you?
She don't know nothing about it.
I told my dad, because she's not gonna watch this. I told my dad, and I said, so my friend is buying his jersey. He asked me, should he pull the trigger? I said, sure. He said, yeah, it's $75 off. It's a $300 jersey. He's like, yeah, you're not going to get it for a price better than that. And I said, that's what I told him. And he said he called his wife. He's like, that's where he messed up. But she didn't pick up the phone. Oh, well, he good then. So now when she complains, all he got to say is, you ain't pick up the phone. So I just made the decision myself.
Wow.
But I did run it by my cousin, who was my best man in my wedding. So that's close to my wife. He was up there at the altar with the preacher. If he didn't give me the okay, I just would have called the preacher.
The preacher would have told you to text your wife.
You would have needed him for the eulogy. After she killed your ass.
Yeah, that's also true.
I was vetoed because I was thinking I was itching for it and I was gonna get the 8 since you got the 24, and I was told hell no, absolutely not, under no circumstances, no. And
well,
she act like she ain't say no.
Let's get our fuck yous out the way. So let's talk about Meg.
So fuck this nigga Tory Lanez.
Fuck all of them. Fuck every part of them.
And I like the fact you see Bun B. Bun B said it best. She ain't got nobody.
Yep.
Mom is gone.
Yep.
Grandmom is gone. Dad is gone. She ain't got nobody. She's like, so I'm gonna step in. I'm gonna be that OG. He's like, and I know all of them.
Paul Wall stepped in. I saw another rapper, Maxo.
Yeah, Maxo stepped in.
Everybody from Houston ride with her. Everybody from Texas is riding from her. Matter of fact, all black men should ride for her and say fuck Tory Lanez.
I don't understand how these people was like, oh well, she like 6'9" anyway. Blase blah. She tall as
no.
It's a bullet.
Man.
Stop this bullshit. Have you been seeing the thing about Remy Ma would have shot him first? Just shut the fuck up. You insensitive fucks. Y'all have no idea what the hell y'all talking about.
And it's not only the Meg thing personally, but it signifies an issue.
Mm-hmm.
That
we're not here for black women.
Yeah.
We're not. We're just not. And it's as simple as that. You know why? Because we give passes to people when we say, oh, that's my man's. That it because they're a family member or they're someone close to family, close to kin, a friend that we grew up with. If I see Quill doing something out of line to a woman, I'm gonna call him out on it. And you know why I'm telling the truth? Because Quill knows that I am telling the truth. Please tell me if I'm lying, Quill. I will call Quill out on anything. No matter if we in front of just me and him or 100 people. You will be called out if I see you disrespecting women. Point blank, period. And to turn around and pull a gun out on a woman, first of all, we should never degrade women. We should never call women bitches and hoes. You should never refer to any woman less than strong and equal to men because they brought us here. A woman brought you here. No matter how you want to spin it, a woman took the time out her beautiful day, a beautiful 9 months to create you and make you and bring you into this world healthy and strong for you to turn around and call women bitches and hoes.
Like their lives are literally on the line when they're giving birth.
Correct. That's the closest thing to death that you can be other than sleeping. Now, why on earth do you think it's okay to turn around and pull a gun out on a woman or even put your hands on a woman or even physically harm a woman or mentally harm a woman, because that happens also, and you do these things and then you want us to give you a pass for it? Well, that's why I'm very hard on Chris Brown. And I can't forgive Chris Brown for that. Because what if that was my sister? What if that was my cousin? I'm supposed to just say he can go on because he makes great music? Fuck that. He degraded a woman. He beat a woman to the pulp. And I can't see past it. Tory Lanez, you shot a woman. It's fuck you forever. Can't see past it. I thought your music was trash anyway. I thought all you did was do BS remixes anyway.
You got people taking him off of their records. And now it's in his pocketbook because now people are taking him off their records, taking them off their albums. That's hitting them where it hurts. That's where you need to cancel somebody. Don't sit here and say, oh, we just gonna cancel. No, if you're gonna cancel them, cancel them.
That's another thing. Stop canceling people just because you don't agree with their bullet points in life. No, cancel people because they do shit that's above and beyond disrespectful, above and beyond degrading, and above and beyond harmful. That's when you should cancel people. Tory Lanez should be canceled.
Say he missed shooting her and then shot her in the artery in her leg, and she died, bled out.
Right.
Then,
Right. You shooting her. You should just never pull. First of all, you shouldn't pull a gun out on anybody. That's first thing. But to pull a gun out on a woman because she wanted to get out the car, just let her out the car, Tori. You're that much insecure. You're that much a prick that you can't let a woman out the car. Just let her out the car.
Yeah.
Just let her out the car. It's as simple as that. You upset because you insecure. You can't live with yourself. Oh, no, you can't get out the car, so I got to shoot you. That's stupid. And then people run around making jokes. This isn't a joke. This is real life. This is not cinema. People talking about, and then we live in this age where people say, well, I got to see pictures. Then she had to get on the internet, make statements, and show her foot. She didn't have to go through all that. If it happened, it happened. Just believe black women when they open up their mouth.
Everybody, give them a fair chance at the very least, because you believe anything else.
Right. Y'all believe.
It's like, why are we devil's advocate now?
Right. Exactly. Y'all believe all this other shit that spews out on the internet. But as soon as something real life happens, nope, that didn't happen. Nope, I gotta see evidence. Nope, I gotta see this. I gotta see that.
Tupac. But like, what evidence of other celebrity things have we ever gotten? We believed it when they said Shaq and Kobe didn't like each other.
Right.
Like, we believe everything.
They sounded silly as them folks lacking melanin saying, "Oh, we need to see the full video before we make a determination on."
Which is a lie, because they see the full video and they still. It's usually a lie, so they just need a reason to deflect and not care. It's a lie.
Black people are just as harmful as racist people sometimes, and that's just the truth.
Well, that's because sexism runs through our culture.
That too, and it shouldn't. Sexism runs through everything, our cinema, our music, and that's why black men grow up to be idiots. Mm-hmm. They grow up to be ignorant to every and anyone, including their own mothers. So how are they going to respect any other woman when they don't even respect their own mother?
Let's spin it real quick. The FUBU line in this entrepreneur record.
Come on.
Now people took it literally.
Come on. The fact this is the second time a whole verse had to be explained to the dummies out there.
Can I break this down?
Sure.
Since this sounds weird to say, but I guess I like Hov the least, and that I like him a lot, but like I can't really match y'all, to be honest. So I think it hits different if I say it. Let's say even if he didn't support FUBU back then, right? Mm-hmm. Why, if someone says the correct thing right now, we get all on them about it? Like, because let people be wrong back then, and they correct now, they correct.
Because people don't like change. Do you see people still bringing up Ether 15 years later, 20 years later, when they've been cool for 15 years? That's what people stand on. People stand on the very things that don't matter anymore. That's like standing on a broken house. Because
let me edit that. They don't know when these things matter. They don't know when to apply these things, because I can't say things don't matter just because it happened back then, but they don't really understand how to apply that thinking. Does that make sense? People's critical thinking sucks.
It does. And I'm not going to bring up his name. Somebody in the group, somehow we got into the Ether takeover debate. And he said, well, Jay-Z went up to the radio station crying. And it's like, okay, where's the proof of that? So he sends me a YouTube link. First of all, for all you young people out there, you can tweak a video. Now, do you not know that you can simply edit a video? I don't edit videos. I don't know how to do any video. Can you do that, Derek? You edit videos, correct? You edit pictures, you edit media.
Yeah.
Can you tweak something? Can you tweak something in a video to make it sound like a person crying?
Oh, yeah.
I know it's possible. I'm not that good, but it's possible. I didn't see the video that was sent, but it's a possibility.
Okay. I'm not that good either, and I know for a fact you can do it. It's just you can tweak, you can mess with sound, you can mess with After Effects and things like that. Yeah, it's definitely possible.
That's like that time they were saying if you play Jay-Z records backwards, they say 666. Do you know?
Oh, that was stupid. I ignored that.
You know how I can rewind a song, and then I could record over that and say whisper 666. And
First of all, we don't have technology advanced enough to lay that kind of recording down in a record. So I was like, that's literally impossible.
I'm sorry, Derek, please break down the lyrics.
Oh, yeah. So as far as that, it's like, well, if someone like, okay, we always say he's not a black leader. All right, I get that. But with great power comes great responsibility. His voice reaches a lot of people.
Well, who said Jay-Z isn't a black leader?
I don't know. I don't know people, but I'm saying, like, if you want to make that argument, because it's not just rappers. Yeah, because, you know, sometimes with some celebrities.
I disagree, but.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm getting there, though. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, he has a big voice. Like, everyone under 40 listens to the guy. So at the same time, he's using his great responsibility to reach us with good messages. Mm-hmm. So let's say he's not the same guy he was in 96.
Absolutely.
So
not.
If he's better, let him be better.
We have to give people room to grow.
Yeah. So it's like, maybe he didn't support him back then. Maybe he just didn't support them because he didn't like their clothes, whatever.
Yeah, he had his own clothing line.
Right.
Didn't support him.
But the point is, like, it's not even just about FUBU specifically. It's about African American businesses.
FUBU just happened to be the word.
Right. So it's like, now at the same time, I will say, if you were a certain way back then, and if people want to pick you on about it, I guess I ain't too mad, but I don't like when it's coming from some people just because it's Jay-Z.
See, I can't say stuff like that. I'm glad that you said that because I agree with you. Let me reel back a little bit to the black leadership when it comes from hip hop people. Mm-hmm. This is proven point why Jay-Z is one of the leaders, because you do not nitpick anything that Trader Truth says, but people nitpick everything Jay-Z says. I think both are leaders, but people don't hear what Trader Truth says. Everything Jay-Z says gets blown up.
More ears,
and let's just face it, he's more respected. Whether you want
higher status,
that too. Whether you want to say he took Biggie's lines and that's why he can't be the greatest, you still respect him because you have to know that he took these lines.
You know what? That don't even matter, because at the end of the day, to keep it simple, he's just a bigger celebrity.
That too.
Because Fox News talk about Jay-Z, so
I don't even gotta say no more. Well, we also live in an era where people just repeat what they hear, and they don't even know anything.
Was a drug dealer.
Or even worse, once they have a narrative, that's what they have to go with. Like, there's not many people who be like, "Oh, I didn't know that. Let me edit that." They'll probably just ignore it and continue their narrative.
Yep. But finish off the lyrical breakdown of the greatest MC to ever live.
Oh, I kind of lost where I was going, but to get the point across, that there's nothing wrong with him supporting FUBU. Now.
Absolutely. Nothing wrong with him supporting anything black. Stream on his black service title. Jay-Z is doing everything. Y'all criticize people because y'all not doing it yourself. Y'all criticize people because y'all don't see y'all favorite rappers doing this stuff. Y'all criticize people because of jealousy, envy, and asinine thinking. Y'all judge people because they're in positions that you're not. You know
what?
Huh?
A lot of people are like, yeah, I'm jealous of that because I would do better with it.
Well, I want to see you do it in your own community then. Do it with your own family. You can build them up. Jay-Z's building up people that ain't even his family members.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just an easy narrative for people. But it's like, I don't know, it's just weird. Like, he's been doing stuff for a while. That's not really something I would argue, but for the purposes of this podcast, he does a lot of stuff.
Oh, no,
remember that time I brought up the African thing? Did you know about that? About the pipeline?
Yeah, I sent you the article.
You sent me the article?
Yeah.
I thought I sent it to you.
No, I sent it to you.
Because I've been knew about that.
Yeah, I knew about that in 2000.
Oh, okay. Well, regardless, I'm saying there's always little things people don't know about, because 2006 is the time when things weren't covered as much. You got to care.
Trust me, I'm one of those fans, and Quill knows I know everything. No, when it comes to Jay-Z, I know everything.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess more my thing is that other people don't know even a little bit sometimes.
They don't care to know either. They don't.
Some don't care, but Sorry, Quill, but some don't. You know, you go. You got it.
Because you could put the information. Because I know some people, I can give them the absolute fact and give them exactly what was happened, exactly what happened, exactly what was said, and they still believe it or don't believe it, or they'll still say, "Oh well, he's just doing this for that. He's just doing this for that. He's evil." Blah blah blah. I'm not going to mention specific names, but I got one person that we talk about quite often on the show.
Oh no.
That explicitly believes that he ain't shit, or none of these rich black people ain't shit. So I'm like,
but you're leaning on them to make change. That's the bottom line.
He's one of the biggest trendsetters and change maker. He is the biggest trendsetter and change maker the culture has ever produced.
That's why I think Jay-Z is the greatest trendsetter ever, and I am still waiting for that conversation with Derek. It will be a friendly conversation.
So you want to open up the reins to like ever?
That's what I was doing.
Oh, because remember that conversation stemmed off the 2000s. But I think ever is an easier conversation.
Well, we can gap it to the 2000s if you like.
I think ever is a better conversation, to be honest. Because the 2000s ain't that deep.
Look at the cultural icons. Like, look at the Muhammad Ali's. Look at the Michael
LeBron
Jordan,
James.
the LeBron Jameses. Even though Michael is starting to get it right, he was always silent about it, but he's starting to get it right as a more mature man, as an adult, is seeing these things.
Like Nas did it.
I will give him credit for that. And when you look at Jay and the contributions, he was like, this dude is getting down. He's doing it on all levels. He's getting down to the grassroots. We're talking about bailing protesters out of jail, paying their lawyer fees, this, that, and the third, taking care of them, getting even up to the high level. Mike, you had shared the article that people misspoke on Jay-Z's involvement with the NFL.
Yep.
And they blew it, and they owed him an apology because he has put them to task. And you see the changes. It's funny, the changes, the incremental changes. Look at what Roger Goodell is saying. We should have spoke to him back when he was trying to talk.
Who do you think he got the information from? But y'all was so worried about Jay-Z getting Cap in the door and Jay-Z getting Cap a job. First of all, that's not Jay-Z's job. He don't have the reins to do that. Remember, he's just a rapper from what y'all said.
Your husband was a drug dealer.
But that's Fox News. Let's not put them on the same pot.
Nah. Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk a little bit of Deportes. We got a couple sweeps.
Wait. Sorry, before we move on to sports, there's another hip hop topic I can't pass by. My main man, Big Sean, dropped the song.
You know what?
I didn't hear it, so
you know what I don't like? I don't like posthumous records. I don't know why. It rubs me the wrong way hearing a dead man talk. It's always awkward to me.
Oh, so you hate Tupac?
No, it's different.
Oh, it's different.
Oh, see?
Oh, no!
Derek, I walked him into that one, Derek, and he ran back out the door.
You slammed your face into the door, Quill.
No, I walked him into this bar.
I don't care for none of his posthumous stuff. I like Tupac, alive Tupac. It's always weird hearing this stuff and like, damn, like they're not here with us.
So all right, Quill, you have musical ears.
Before you ask your question. So you did not like Biggie duets?
Fuck no. That album was garbage anyway.
That's about Biggie duets.
Everything was wrong with Biggie duets. Everything.
Oh.
That album was terrible.
That album was garbage. Puff, come on, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Derek. Answer your question.
Okay, so you are music, like you got the ear. Judge the song as a song.
Oh, as the song is perfectly fine. And as a first single, I don't know. I don't know if it's a first single. I would. They're gonna probably end up promo singling it. For people that don't know, Songs that don't do well on the charts get promo single, and they go back and do another song
Oh,
to
Quill,
kind of replace that.
Quill's going deep now.
Yeah, it's pretty deep.
Nicki,
People want to know if it's a good song, Quill.
Nicki Minaj is the queen of the promo single.
Damn it.
But
You
I
just
don't
wanted
know
to put that in.
I thought that the record was good. They picked a good Nipsey verse.
Oh, shit. Do you hear what he's saying?
They picked a good Nip verse.
Wait.
And they picked a good Nip verse as if they just sent Big Sean the verse. Quill be saying some shit. He really is a
Picked a good
politician.
Nip verse. I'm trying not to speak so bad because I got a homeboy that produces for Big Sean. So I'm trying not to say nothing crazy.
This guy, man.
He produced for Big Sean and he produced for Nipsey Hussle. So I'm trying my best not to say nothing crazy or nothing.
What's crazy? Just tell us if the song's good. Or what makes it good or
The
bad?
song is
Not
perfectly
equal.
fine.
This does not equal you loving Tupac. It just doesn't. It doesn't. I'm sorry.
The song is. Have you ever noticed, on a side note, that whenever y'all talk about Big Sean, I really dance around the topic?
Yeah, which is why we call you a politician. We know what we're saying.
I don't even walk in the room. I just say I'm out. You actually start dancing. I sit at the table.
No, because I just feel bad. I don't want to criticize, and I know the dude that produced.
You're allowed to criticize him. He's gonna go platinum anyway. We're not messing with his bottom line.
You're right.
I'm gonna listen to the album.
Honestly, the song is fine. The song is fine. It's perfect.
Did he rap good?
He was fine. I don't think.
I need to hear you say that because you was being drunk that one day and he brought up the baby and compared him to Big Sean.
Damn it.
I think Sean was okay. He had one line that pissed me. I can't remember it, but it was so. He's good for one corny line in every song. He's good for one corny line.
You're a nitpicker, Quill. Well, you don't like somebody, you're not a nitpick. But if I say Joel Embiid, you're like, well.
Tupac got the corniest lines I've ever heard in hip hop history, and you love him.
Who?
Like, you could pull out a bad line from almost any good rapper. There's a whole page of that.
It's fine.
I'm the one like 5 divided by 4. Shut up, ho.
It's fine. The record is fine. If I give it a rating, it's a 3.5 out of 10. It's perfectly okay.
What?
That's okay.
I mean, 3.5 out of 5. 3.5 out of 5.
Are you drunk today?
What?
I had the tequila and I had the beer. Give me a break.
What type of grading was that? That was below average.
3.5 out of 5 is not below.
Okay is above average.
3.5 out of 5 is fine.
What? I would hate to hear what 2 is. This guy.
Are you able to like keep your bias out of things?
2?
Because you're suffering too much for like this is one song. This is not an album. This is one song.
2 is the Queen album.
Damn it.
2. That's a 2.
Why would we keep going back to her? No, we're not going back to Nicki Minaj on this podcast.
No, I'm just giving him a reference of what
Okay.
it is.
Okay.
What's a 4?
A 4? A 4?
This guy is crazy.
Yeah.
A 4? Shit. That's
So the same guy who wanted me, who I told y'all off air that I'm not good at bringing up lines for like on the spot without prepping. You can't even tell us what a 4 or a 5 is.
So a 4,
Mister, I got the ear for everything.
No, because I didn't think about it. Listen, I'm a little.
Oh, now you had to think about it.
4 is like.
You better give me that. You better give me that leniency next time.
No.
4 is like
Keep
Corday.
the same energy when I'm ripping Embiid a new one.
Ty's
Oh,
no
shoot.
time and said the last Nas album.
Damn it.
No, she be on point with some of her burns.
So a 4 is
Oh, man.
wow.
Oh,
What?
a 4, I'd say give 4.
What?
Well, Mike, you gotta keep out of this because you love everything he makes.
Wait. 4 is a 4?
It might be a 4.5. I don't think it's a 5.
That's a good score, Mike. That means he liked it a lot.
Wait. I thought you said we was doing out of 10.
No, we're doing out of 5.
Oh, out of 5. Oh, then I don't care about your critique. Because I thought he was saying Big Sean dropped a 3.5 out.
Oh no, he corrected that a while ago.
Oh,
What?
I'm sorry. Didn't hear him.
Okay.
Ty said Nas's last album was a 1 on any scale.
Damn it.
Damn.
No, that was pre-nut.
My man Lupe don't got no 1s on his resume, but that's cool.
Ty said the Lost Tapes 2.
That's not 1.
Lasers is a 1.1.
It's not a 1.1. Good try though.
The Dinosaurs record is a 0.3.
That's a 4.
No, once he said "wow," it went down.
Oh, she said Jay Electronica's last album was a 1.5.
No, that's
like it.
album, and it's a 5. Fuck y'all.
All right, so let's get back to So you're out on Big Sean, right, Mike?
I'm out. I'll listen to the album.
All
listen to
I'm more interested. Sean, I have to digest as an album because I never care for none of his singles. I have to hear the single in the context of the album.
That's fair.
I'll listen to the album.
I'm that guy eating popcorn when the album comes out. The one in the gift.
Okay.
Side note, I listened to Mike. I had text you. I don't know if you listened to it or not.
Not yet.
Mulatto, Queen of the South album.
Let me add that to my joint.
Interestingly enough,
this guy Quill, man.
it wasn't a train wreck. If you can get past the intro, which I thought was a train wreck, if you can get past the intro,
if you're already telling me to skip songs from the first track, I'm out.
It's just the first song.
No,
It's just the first song. If you skip that, it's actually not quite bad.
this guy Quill is crazy, man. That's like saying if you could skip that Doja Cat said nigga, she's not that bad of a person.
Well, she's
not black?
She's black.
Like, Mike, what? Maybe y'all both are saying together.
Yeah, maybe. Fuck Doja Cat.
You didn't know she was black?
I'm ultra back, opposite of Doja Cat.
Nas is crazy. Then he said that's not a diss. You say the same thing.
Well.
How you diss somebody blatantly and then say no, that's not a hoe. That's not a diss. Come on, Nas. But you're still number 2. That's why you're not number 1.
Well, Jay is the king of subliminal disses and not answering back to people.
That's why he's number 1.
That's y'all ratings are nasty. I need y'all to know.
All right.
Your reason for these ratings is nasty.
Can we go to basketball now? I want to talk
Yeah.
about
Let's do it.
I got my broom. Damn it, Sixers. Damn it. I had the Celtics in 6 and y'all couldn't pull 2 out. Y'all couldn't pull 2 out. The process could not pull 2 out. I know he had 30 and 10 and blah, blah, blah. Add context. Quill, take the floor. Defend it, Quill. Defend it. So I can rip him a new one.
I'm going to add so there is some context.
Brett Brown is gone. That's the first context.
Well, that's the first thing.
That's the table of context.
What? Still a contents.
I know, but this
just
is the context.
It just sounds good. So, no. Brett had to go because it was clear that he could not make adjustments. It was clear he could not make life easy or attempt to make life easy for his star player. It's clear that he did not hold them accountable, especially after what's coming out after the fact. Now, as far as Joel is concerned, as far as the Sixers, I think Joel is the only player that showed up for the Sixers, and then you would get decent games from. And it's kind of what you expected. You expected Joel to get his.
You expected them to win in 6. Let's be real.
I did, based off of, and I didn't take my own advice because I said on an earlier podcast to throw out everything that happened in the regular season doesn't matter. I should have threw out everything that happened in the regular season because it didn't matter. Because the Sixers really did handle the Celtics well in the regular season.
I told you that the variables were way different.
But
it never had the full 4.
Y'all tried to sell me on Shake fucking Milton.
Oh, I'm still sold on him. But that was the difference.
He wasn't awful, but the thing is, he can't stay in front of his man, so he really he really negates the effect he has on the offensive end because none of those perimeter guys were able to stay in front of their man, and it puts Joel. And like I said, context is everything. You look at, yes, could he have stepped up and tried to play a little better? Yes, but am I going to place blame also on his perimeter defense? Yes, because on a lot of those drives where Kemba will come around that screen and pop that jumper, or Tatum will come around and pop that jumper. If Joel steps up, it's an easy pass to Joel's man for a dunk.
He was a statue. Then he'd be like this.
It literally, he couldn't do anything because if he steps up,
Because he gave up.
It's a pass for a dunk. If he doesn't step up, it's a wide open shot. So it speaks to, Mike, what you were talking about, philosophy, the defensive philosophy. No adjustments were made there. Joel's stuck in no man's land. Basically, all the bigs, because Horford would not step up either. He would not close out. So that's something that was coached.
Horford is a burnt Red Lobster biscuit. He's done.
You know, it's funny. It's just like you can tell that was the system. If none of the bigs are closing out like that, that's the system. So when people say, "Oh, he's lazy," his defense was atrocious, I'm like, yes, could he have done the effort? I thought was there. I'm not going to question
the effort on who.
I disagree.
I think
the effort with who?
With Joe.
Nope.
I think the effort was there. I mean,
Nope.
I'm just not. My issue with Joe.
Look, he got to make one up.
No,
Go ahead and talk, Derek, because he ain't gonna be back.
No, I just feel like Joe. When you're the star player and you're the most recognizable guy, you're gonna get the most scrutinized. That much is the truth. We know that. The system hurt Joe. The players around him hurt Joe. What Joe could have done better.
Damn, you so good at the cha-cha slide. Continue.
What Joe could have done better. It's just something that we talked about. If he would have started the season with his work ethic like he did to get ready for the bubble.
You told me he was ready for the bubble. His conditioning.
I thought he was ready for the bubble.
That's what you told me.
Can I chime in? Since we're killing the Homer.
No.
Homer Simpson.
No.
When you look in the mirror, do you see a yellow person?
Oh my God.
You know, wait your turn. So no, the dude really did put in. I believe it when he put in the work.
No,
but I think 6 days a week, twice a day is not putting in the work.
That don't mean you putting in the work. That just means you're working. I can work out. Don't mean I'm putting on muscle. No, that's two totally different things. A lot of people drink Slim Fast. Don't mean they're getting slim.
So I'll tell y'all my issues.
Please, before I tell you mine.
He needs there's nothing he could have done in this series that would have changed it. And I say that not in the way Mike would say it. I'm saying, like, why do we, like, you can't expect someone to be suddenly different at this point. He needs to not look lost with the ball. He needs to be faster with the ball.
But that's my real issue.
That's what I'm saying, but he wasn't that yet. So that was going to come out of nowhere against a good team.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's my issue with Quill's point, that he thought it was just going to get turned on when it was never turned on all season.
He was doing better in the bubble, but Boston is so good.
What's better? Because I don't want to argue, but if we're saying the same thing, what's better?
If you look at some of the bubble games, the ones that he played, he was making quicker decisions off the double.
Okay.
He was making.
Yes, you're right. You're right, but
passes. It's just Boston does it in a way where he didn't know where it was coming from because they blitzed him from weak side. They blitzed him strong side. They blitzed them baseline, track. They did.
Okay, I see what you're saying. But what I'm saying is, like, didn't he have the crucial turnover in the game we could have won?
They could have won a bunch of games, but he did win. He did have the crucial turnover, the cross-court pass. If he would have stayed on his feet, he would have saw a man wide open underneath the basket, or he had Shake for an open three.
Okay, so all what I'm saying is if he's the transcendent big man we think he is. Not saying he's not, but if he's already at that point, like where we project him to be, he gets a game or two. Because the games were close, most of the games were pretty close. So, but I'm not mad because he's not there yet. I didn't really have the expectation. Also, it's the Sixers, like the new age Sixers, because I feel like people always say, these are people that don't know basketball, be like, the Sixers always do bad. Different ownership. Let's not talk about Billy King and Allen Iverson. Let's talk about this regime. If you know basketball, you know that. Let's talk about this regime. They're messy. And they're messy in all phases.
The most messy they've ever been in our lifetime.
Right. Like, now we got the talent, but now we're too messy to use the talent. Mm-hmm. Because we should have been at least a 5th, 4th seed. But it's just too messy. Like, just 2 years ago, we had the most promising future.
Nothing was fixed.
Yeah, nothing was fixed. And if anything, they doubled down on their stupidity.
The ownership the ownership is too involved. And we say that in sports all the time. Like, we might say that about the Cowboys or about the Redskins with Jerry Jones and Dan.
You mean the football team?
Football teams. The Washington football team. It's habit. It's a force of habit. It's going to take some getting used to. But we say that about those teams. Those owners are way too involved. Mm-hmm. And you can tell in the product. That's why they never win. Mm-hmm. Is the Sixers, the ownership is shit. They did. So, you know, I was on the fire Elton Brand train. But after really noticing and seeing that the fact that they forced him to keep all of Colangelo's people, I'm willing to give him a little bit of a pass. Now, he is responsible because at the end of the day, it is his decision. But when you're forced to have your close circle around you from the person that got fired that was in the position before you, it ain't shit much you can do.
But he gets blamed because he knows going into a trade that because these GMs talk. And he knew going into that Butler trade, Butler was not re-signing with Philly. He knew that.
I disagree with that.
No,
because there's sources that say
he was going to Philly. He was going to re-sign in Philly.
I read different recently.
No. Here's the thing. If you look at how Butler operates, mm-hmm. and you know how, and we know because we're in the city how Ben Simmons and Embiid operates. We knew mm-hmm. at some point that was going to clash. Mm-hmm. We knew that as fans. Now, mm-hmm. when he traded, and I'm going to start with Butler because Butler trade came before the Harris trade, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. But the reason why I truly believe Butler was not resigning because he knew deep down this team was not going to win.
Well, okay.
What is he going to be the sportsman and ride it out for the season and hope things go right? And can things change throughout the season? Yes, it can. But from what he said in that interview with Reddick is that he came here, he wanted to do his job, he wanted to see how it played out, and after that game, when Kawhi hit that shot, he knew it was done. You don't just come up with that mm-hmm. because a shot went in. You know that weeks on out. You know when you're going to break up with somebody.
Well, here's the missing wrinkle. I don't want to get too stuck on that, but the missing wrinkle is they also gave him a trash contract. They offered him a trash contract.
Well, that's also true. That's the only reason why Harris stayed because he got $150 million up front.
They didn't give him the max. I was under the impression they offered.
No, they didn't give him the max.
No, they gave him lower than the max.
Yeah,
and that's why he ultimately walked. Now, from what he said is that mm-hmm. he would have stayed for the max.
Well, and okay, see, that's the thing. Right there is the key. Right there is the key. But give him okay.
But we have to understand that now players dictate what happens. You can get the max, then force your way out 3 months.
You know what? And you still you ride with that because I take that because personally, like we said last week, winning fixes all. I firmly believe if you have Butler and you let Tobias walk, I don't think you double down on that. Let him walk. If he wants to get paid someone else, let the other person pay. You pay him too much money.
They shouldn't have gave up all their assets for Harris in the first place.
My point exactly, but because they didn't want to be wrong, they doubled down. So now you're 2 times wrong.
You gave up all your shooting for a mediocre shooter.
And you know what's crazy? That Paul George trade doesn't happen without the Miami pick that they traded to the Lakers, Clippers, in the Harris deal.
But let me rip and be the new one. Okay.
Oh no.
I had the Sixers losing in 6 because and I'm being consistent. I said transition, turnovers, and the Celtics defense is what's going to win them this series, and that's exactly what happened. Embiid was doing 40%, 35%, 0 for 3 from 3, 4 or 5 turnovers. Your center should not be doing that. If you think that this center is going to win you a championship, period. You can have the label of you're the best center in the league. Go ahead and ride with that. But there's a difference between being the best center in the league and a championship center in the league. So you can have all this other label stuff. You can talk all that shit on Instagram, all that shit on Twitter. You're beating Whiteside when he's on the other side of the court. You're beating Miles Turner. But this is my criticism of Embiid. When it comes down to can you win me a game, I can't find him. What are you doing?
You mean a playoff game?
In a playoff game, in a meaningful playoff game, in a meaningful playoff series, I can't rely on Embiid. I just can't. And for someone who says they can, you have to prove to me that Embiid is reliable in the playoff series because I don't see it. And I don't want to hear this is only his third playoff appearance in seasons. Well, but we nitpick everybody else. People's ready to write off Mitchell and Gobert, and look what they're doing. People already saying that Joker ain't shit, and you know I don't like Denver's team. Obviously, now I can't believe that fucking Utah is doing this type of shit to them. But that's what goes to happen when you have too much. But anyway, Embiid. For me, what Embiid is, you have the talent. You have the wherewithal. Put everything together and take it serious. I just don't think he takes it serious. He can't take it serious. You know why? Because you do not come in games out of shape. You do not come in to games where you're shrugging your shoulders and you're galloping up and down the floor. You just don't do that if you're engaged. I don't think he's engaged 24/7 in the game. I don't see it. And I watch every Sixer game. I have no choice. I live within a 20-mile radius of Philadelphia. So I see every game.
Honestly.
He just can't get that label for me. I mean, if you want to be the best center in the league, go right ahead. I don't think he's the best big man. I think that's Giannis. And Quill doesn't think Giannis is the big man, which I think is insane. But anyway.
You know what's funny? I think he's asked to do too much in Brett Brown's system.
That could be a thing too, but he wanted that pressure. That's my issue with Embiid. You want this pressure, and then you got people defending you when you get the pressure and you don't fulfill the need.
My thing is, it's hard because it's like
nothing.
You just have to get.
You're not saying wrong, Mike.
They lost to a better team. It's just the optics are bad. I'll just put it to you that way. The optics are really bad.
Which I'm not disagreeing with you. I do think Boston was a better team. That's why I had Boston winning this.
Oh, no, I'm speaking to the air, not to you. Like,
okay.
Boston, so okay. It's just a weird thing. Like, but see, that's the problem. It looks so bad that it almost even matter that Boston is better because we're really psychoanalyzing this team. No matter because it's like what's that?
The Sixers are a mess. Point blank.
Yeah, it's just the fact that they're a mess. So it doesn't even. It's not the fact that. It's like getting swept is like symbolic. It's not like Boston's supposed to win the series technically. If you really look at it, because they beat us in every position but center.
They're the number 3 seed. They're the number 6. 3 is supposed to be 6 all day, all night. I get you to that point. My issue is only with. This is why for me context matters. When you talk as if you're the best player in the league. You have to fulfill that.
Well, yeah, we're agreeing there. Yeah. What I'm saying is like
that's the only issue.
Losing the series, it's kind of like Kobe.
May you rest in peace.
He lost series, but the way he lost, it's like
On his
he was
terms.
engaged. Yeah,
On
like they got trashed in the finals against Boston. What, 39 points in Game 6?
Yes, that whole series, the Lakers was by Game 2, the Lakers were done.
Sheesh.
So
By Game 2.
So it's like,
But Kobe wasn't done.
there you go.
My thing with Embiid is you checked out in Game 3, and now you think the team is supposed to galvanize around you, and now we're going to win Game 4? No. Not when you're short your shoulders from tip-off.
So to save ourselves from talking in circles, because I think we kind of, even we don't fully agree with the details, we agree the bigger picture, that they're a mess. What should they do going forward?
Well, you got to find a new coach, which you fired Brett Brown finally.
Quickly name a coach that could be good, that you know of. Maybe they don't even exist on their scouting report. I mean, not scouting report.
From what Woj said, the first guy in the basket is Tyronn Lue. I don't know if that's a smokescreen for Jay Wright or what, but for them, it's Tyronn Lue and everybody else.
I don't think Jay Wright's leaving Nova.
I don't either, but you know, I seen college coaches get pried away for less, so I'm not really sure. They haven't brought up every fan's favorite Mark Jackson, thank God. No, you know, they saying it's Tyronn Lue and everybody else. I don't know how much to put in that, but to answer your question, I really don't know because everybody that I see that's on the market is an X and O's coach, and that's what they just fired. Now, you need somebody that's going to take you to the next level.
I think you need a good mix.
Ime Udoka, maybe, but he's already on the staff. I don't know if I want to hold over from this staff.
It works a lot of times sometimes. There's a guy like Ty Lue was on Black's staff and ran totally different offense.
But that's because Ty Lue came from a different regime before. That's like Pat Phil Jackson when he was behind Doug Collins. Yeah, he was an assistant coach, but he was being taught a whole different offense.
Yeah, but Udoka is from San Antonio also.
He's from that San Antonio tree.
So it could be different because Brett Brown might be the DB because he's been coaching all over the world. He might be one that deviates differently than Pop.
That's why I was thinking Becky Hammond, but I don't know if this is the situation.
I don't know enough about her. I just know she's a cool name. I don't know anything about her.
Great coach. She has the chops. I mean, I'll trust her if Pop trusts her.
I wouldn't.
Well, Pop trusted Brown.
I wouldn't want Becky to be my coach to take me to. This Sixers team is supposed to be on the next level 2 years ago. Now, to take Becky Hammond is to essentially take a rookie head coach and expect them to change something within a 12-month radius.
And that's why I don't think is ready. She's not ready for that.
And everybody.
And there's a complicated situation because the two guys aren't a clean fit.
Right. And everybody keeps using well, Steve Kerr took over Mark Jackson's spot. Yeah, but understand that Steve Kerr was also a GM and knows basketball operations because he was with the Phoenix Suns for years. So he gets how to galvanize talent and to bring up talent and to do things like that. We just had to see him in the coaching position. And obviously he took it to the next level.
Next question. Trade Embiid or Simmons or keep both?
You have to keep both.
Keep both.
You have to.
How long do you keep both?
Another year or two.
Until the trade deadline.
Well,
you see what happens at the trade deadline.
I don't even think you can go that far. Well, and Joe has 3 years left on his deal, and Simmons' max is kicking in now. I don't think Joel, as much as I hate to say, I don't think he's going to play out his contract here. I don't think it's going to happen this year because with a new coach, you need at least a year in that system and to see how that goes. I don't think if movement were to happen and they were trading Joel, it's not going to happen until next offseason. Ben, I think Philly overvalues Ben. I don't think Ben is valued as much as we value Ben.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the GMs think he's like annoying that it doesn't shoot. Like they're like, "Oh, that was my play. I'd be pissed."
People think and I think even some of the scouts and GMs got it wrong. I disagree. People just say just put 4 shooters around them and let it rock. I'm like, well, Giannis, even though he's not a great shooter, Giannis still attempts the shots. If Ben's not attempting the shots, how's that going to work?
I agree. You have to keep the defense guessing somehow.
I slightly disagree. Giannis is a better shooter than Ben, even at this point.
Giannis is a shitty shooter. Giannis is terrible.
So now you see what I'm saying.
But Giannis at least keeps the defenders guessing.
No, I get that. But what I'm saying is Ben is so bad. Like, none of this matters if Ben doesn't get at least a little bit better. He's not even a bad shooter to me. He's like atrocious. What?
You're saying the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he does the thing about, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, until he could be a bad shooter, like, when Giannis is what? 60, like, 67, like, what? 60, 70% from the free throw line?
Something like that.
Ben is what? In his high 50s, low 60s?
We don't even really need to have this debate, really, because we know that centers and older players get traded before the younger player.
Yeah,
that's true.
And Embiid got his extension before Simmons. So, yes, he's going to be the odd man out when all this goes away, whenever this happens.
One thing, though, if it turns out that Ben is stubborn even for a new coach, the GM might get fed up.
Yeah, and that's
we thought the same thing with Kobe and Shaq, and look how that made out. I'm not comparing Ben to Kobe.
No, I get it.
Situation-wise, no, that makes perfect sense. You know what, and that's another thing I said with Joel this year. The one criticism I had, he didn't insert his presence the way I would have hoped, in a sense where he took less shots per game. That's why you saw his offensive averages kind of, like, the percentages and stuff were right around his career average, but he took less shots. He was less aggressive in the paint because of Ben's presence and also Al Horford. So he took less free throws as well. Joel has accommodated Ben Simmons his entire career. When is Ben Simmons going to start accommodating Joel Embiid? When is Ben Simmons going to start taking those jump shots to take the pressure off of his big man in the post instead of occupying the same spot? It might be great right now, and Joe says all the right things, but eventually Joe won't get sick of that.
I think he already is. I agree with everything you said. But at the same time, Ben can criticize Embiid for his lackadaisical play, his times when
he wants to Ben gives effort.
Take off on plays, effort. You coming in out of shape. I'm in shape. What the hell are you doing? You can't criticize me and you coming in here jogging up and down the floor. You making jokes on Twitter. I just want to play ball, bro. No, you want to talk and act like we friends. Let's just play ball. So the criticism that you have on Ben, I can do the same thing with Embiid. We could do this. We could, and this is Shaq and Kobe all over again. This is Shaq and Penny Hardaway all over again. This is Marbury and KG all over again. It's that big man point guard debate that we always have. And if they don't win, you got to break it up quick.
All right. Well, we gonna split it for a hot second. We're gonna take a break. It'll be short for us, maybe not so much for y'all.
That's gonna be even short for them.
Well, actually, I mean, did anybody have anything else really to say?
No, we could be done.
All right, let's cut it then. So I'll sign out for everybody, for Avatar Slang, for Mike Rose, Prosecco Mike, and my name Quill Will. We just gonna cut it short right here. We'll see y'all next week. We will get that lyricism conversation in because it is important.
It's gonna be less games so we can fit it in.
No.
All right, y'all.
All right. See you.
All right.